Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of the uppercomers in tech and still has a prominent presence in tech, Palantir, going with the ticker PLTR. Basically, they advertise themselves as foundational software of tomorrow delivered today. So, some of their platforms includes Foundry, which is the operating system for modern enterprise, Gotham, which is the operational system or operating system for global decision making, and Apollo, which is the operating system for continuous delivery. Now you can explore it and see a bit more of some of the projects behind it, but they have different applications, most prominently including Army applications and government applications. So on December 17th, 2021, they mentioned the Army Vantage reaffirms Palantir partnership for a third consecutive year with $116 million agreement. So that was actually announced. That was in relations to the 2019 December contract where they were selected for a $458 million production agreement to power the Army Vantage, a comprehensive data analytics platform to facilitate data-driven decision making. The contract was for a base year and 3 years options, and Palantir was awarded $110 million at the time for the base year and $113.8 million in December 2020 for the first option year. And so they are extended to another $116 million for this year. And another one was on December 9th, Palantir and Station F partnered to empower early strategy company or early stage companies. And that in its own itself is relating towards foster the future kind of program where they're focusing in giving some of their technology to 1,000 different startups under Station F. Now, another one is December 7th, 2021, which is Athena to accelerate the use of AI and big data to solve critical semiconductor challenges. So that's more of a PR just to showcase some of their products and how it can be used for the chip shortage, for instance. December 2nd, Palantir and Kinder Morgan signed multi-year agreement to strengthen the pipeline operations. Again, another use of their software and technology. Now, there's a lot of these news that were coming out. For instance, Palantir and DuPont Therapeutics announced strategic partnerships. And you have a lot of these that continue going back and showcase their potential. Basically, you need something tech, data, problem-solving solutions. This company has those solutions. The price over sale for this company is around $25.50. That's based on last year's, so that's the metric is TTM. And price over book is $16.13, 16.13 to be specific. In terms of profitability, now the profitability based on last year's metrics, this is TTM. This year we'll be getting a new one coming up soon. Gross margins is 77.48, although EBI, TDA, and net profits are roughly around 35% average. So return on assets is negative 17.59%, which is not good, again, based on a yearly metric. And return on equity is around negative 30%. This year has been a lot better than last year, and that is indisputable, and most likely we'll be getting a boost on these fundamentals. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, we'd see that it's still an interesting company for a lot of institutions. There's a lot of activity that is going on. And that's definitely good. I mean, even though we're scrolling down, we still haven't left December of 2021, not even the second half of December. But there's definitely a lot of interest and a lot of additions for the shares of the stock. Before moving on towards technical analysis and discussing it a bit further, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe and leave notification button for this channel. Also, don't forget to drop a like for this channel. Now let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, we have a few things to talk about. Now, on the moving averages, you got your 200 SMA being above the 50 SMA. It's not the best thing. This is more of a bearish indicator. And the 30 SMA is above the 10 SMA. Again, within the same thing, they're bearish. Now, the stock price really took a beating, almost from around 45 to around 18, but it's not as low as it was before, around $10 per share. Now, in terms of the average directional index, showcases that this is more of a stronger kind of negative trend. It's currently accumulating, which is a good thing. And so hopefully you might get something like a cup look or a cup pattern that it will go back to an uptrend. But it was a negative trend that's now accumulating. So that is at least a good news. 20% R shows that this one is more closer towards the oversold than the overbought. 20% R is very similar to RSI, or the relative strength index, and we can consider it to be oversold at this level. MACD. This one is on the positive side. It's not really showing strong movements similar to momentum. It's very close to the 0 level and indicates a strong movement in either direction is very possible. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow. What we get to see here is that the stock price itself is not really showcasing a strong momentum on the fast or the slow, and it's more of showcasing that you might be looking into an accumulation, check where the next support is, and that's more likely it's going to be accumulating at. Moving average bands is between 2067 and 1691, although the Bollinger Bands are closing in around 1965 and 1792. What does this mean? Well, it's accumulating, but there's not much of volatility going on in this accumulation, but you get to see that it is on point with just sitting in terms of accumulation period overall. Resistances 1994, 2173, 2317, 2462, and 2667. Support is at 1705. Now, from a price line action, we're able to see some significant supports and resistances. So in terms of support, 1820, below there, 1803, going downwards to 1782 and 1705. In terms of resistances, you're able to see a few, such as the 1860, the $19 mark one, 1931, 1975, 2042, and then going a little bit higher to 2168, 2302, 2399, going up to 2491, and then higher to 2594, and then to 2690, 2751, and around 2870 to around 2929. In terms of other supports that we're seeing below the 1821, we have to go a little bit historical. 1793 is another one, 1635, 1454, 1330, going downwards to around 1127, 1020, and then 924, and then around 1890. Comes to the question, what do you think is going to really happen here? Well, honestly, I do like Palantir. This company has a lot of future. I've seen a lot of job postings for this one in the tech field in North America. I do know they're a growing company, and they will most likely be achieving a lot of great things, a lot of great contracts as they grow and develop. These companies grow with time and usually in the right direction. There is some outliers here and there where it's not usually in the right direction. The last time it met these kind of levels, it bounced right back. But currently, it's more of an accumulation in December. So it's the holiday season. Things are a little bit quieter as we used to for this one. Will it go down to around $9? I really doubt it, but it's going to continue accumulating anywhere between 10 and 20, more closer towards 20. And in the next kind of market rush, this one is most likely going to push forward, but currently accumulation at this level is a good news for this one, showcasing that there is a very strong support around $18 and the stock isn't crashing down based on these supports. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.